It's been fantastic. I'm kicking ass on this record, and there's no strings attached. Everybody's like got all the old baggage out of the, it's all gone now.
No strings.
And so we're all rocking out, and that's doing what we do. We started this project a couple months ago. The three of those guys usually get in a room and hash out the music.
Actually, it'd really be cool to do that going into the last, maybe,
the last one.
Yeah, the last one, and then meaning.
Yeah, so the last verse.
What we call ideas are sniglets. I don't know why we call that, sniglets. But we've been doing that for years, so, if it ain't broken, don't fix it.
Oh!
In the big picture, all puns intended, this is the first Mr. Big album that I've been a part of since it's probably been about 14 years, maybe? Went by like that.
I don't care.
And this one's fun. Having a really good time making this one. And the band's great, the producer's great, the studio is great.
You play a solo, and then after the solo, then you have that breakdown, beautiful piece of music, and I could do capture some of the buzzwords in the song,
right?
And Robert Plant just goes, he says couple words and holds it all. I want to do that, but it'd be like,
I knew that was
I know, whatever the song means.
I'm telling you,
I'm not to blame it on the rain.
Cool.
Musical piece going, and then the band starts again, and I don't know where we go from there, but
we just we're having a wonderful time with all our stuff here and making a record. It's so great to be back with Paul, Pat, and Eric when we were writing stuff too, because we did it like we did in the old days. We did it like we did the first two records.
it's really great. It's better than ever. We're having a riot. We're in a room all together when we're playing, which is some of the recording process is a little different than what we used to do. We're not so isolated from each other when we're playing. Now we're all in the same room, and I didn't know how it was going to work out because this was different when we first did it. But now I want to do it like this all the time because it's really captures the performance of the band, not the individuals playing in a band, but all four of us working together.
somebody went there for me. I know that I'm the last man standing alone. Get out of here. I've been doing a lot of things lately. My plate has been so full with all kinds of side projects and the fact that my kids are growing up and and they're starting school and we just I'm needed at home, I'm needed here, I'm needed there, and I'm being pulled from all parts of the world actually. So I did kind of feel bogged down before I came to do this project. I was completely overwhelmed. But in a way, I do my best work when my back's against the wall. I come up with all kinds of really cool. Actually, I just come up with stuff, and then if I spent too long on lyrics, I might screw it up. Slick it out or something. And so my first, edgy idea that comes out and put it on paper, that's what you're hearing, here. so
Sounds like a deal to you?
no, it's I didn't try to gloss it over or, oh, I can think of a clever word than that, you know. It's pretty much right from my head onto the paper and then into this little microphone.
Oh yeah. And if you've noticed, most guitar players, when you bend a string, you have to make a face. You can't just go. It's almost impossible. You gotta go. It just sounds so much better when you make that face. And if you can even move your shoulder to there's quite a lot of different styles on the record. You know, sometimes the most challenging thing is not the. You know, if I do a guitar clinic, that's what everybody wants to hear, and everyone goes, "Oh, we love it," and I love that too. That's why I practiced it so much to be able to do that. But with Mr. Big, sometimes the biggest challenge is just locking into the drums and getting. What was the song we did yesterday? It was like. That was the riff, and I have to get the slide. Try to get that to sound like all cool and open, and then really lock it in the. Mr. Big, we're trying to do new stuff, new directions, new sounds, but still firmly attached to our roots, rock and roll and blues roots, and. You know, I get inspiration from everybody in the band. When I hear Eric sing, Eric always has really cool. He bends strings with his voice. His whole voice is one giant bent string. To me, Pat's drumming, he plays drums the way I would sing drums. You know, if you sort of go, you know, that's the way Pat will play, and I love that. It's my favorite style of drumming is when you go, and Pat has all those kind of licks. You can sing all his parts. And Billy, of course, is just ridiculous. There's no bass player in the universe like Billy Sheehan.
And the timing of it is kind of real legato. Is that the word?
Yeah.
Cool. I think that was a really important thing to really recapture what we had, but also to bring to it all the experience that Pat's had in all the years since we broke up, Paul and myself and Eric. So I think it's kind of new all over again, you know, in a way, because we're all kind of we're all bringing new things with us. I've played a lot of different things and a lot of different styles of music. Outside of Mr. Big, so coming back to it, there's more things that I do now. Pat, same thing. Paul for sure, and Eric for sure.
Is it an F, that one riff? I can't put it in there.
That part?
No, the chorus. Don't doodle down. That when you play this, is that a C? Dun, dun, dun. Are you going down, down? Are you going?
I got both.
Bass pedals, bass pedals.
Okay, it sounds weird because he's holding the C on there, and so there's not enough definition on that thing.
Okay.
The chorus.
I care deeply and passionately about their enterprise that they're embarking on, their present endeavor, so to speak. A foray into the future of rock and roll.
He's produced Aerosmith and Rush and Led Zeppelin and
A lot of people.
I don't mean like a soft build-up. I mean almost like a metal build-up.
Yeah, so a different style than what we're used to, though.
The way we're going.
And in a way, it's kind of good, because normally we would go in, rehearse, get all the songs exactly right, all the figure out everything, come in and just lay them down. Where this time, and that's pretty much how we made all of our records. So this time, we made a few demos and had some ideas, and but it wasn't. Nothing was absolutely complete where we could have walked up on stage and played it at all.
Yeah.
So we came in here, laid it down, and the cool thing about that is it kind of came alive in the studio. Whereas before, I liked recording in the old way, but I think this way, things grew right before our eyes. Where before we got in the studio and just documented what we had, now we got in the studio and it kind of took on another life.
Something needs to either support that, or else that needs to change, or that's going to change.
I can drop off the lick and go to those chords. So so the full chorus with the pre-chorus.
Yeah.
Here's the pre-chorus.
That's stronger. It's stronger. It's a little bit.
Yes, then I get away from that lick for a minute.
Yeah. It's a little more solid in the bottom.
All right.
There's nothing more that I can do. Words in a can, just me and you. Can't turn away, burning bridges today. It's a crime, it's a shame.
It's all at 3, and
Okay.
the little words can be left out,
Instead of possibly going into another verse
After the solo?
after the solo, let's possibly go into the chorus.
Into the,
Yeah, da-da-da-da-da, and use his last verse as the words for the bridge.
I'll do one more just to get it through. And then if we go, or
Yeah.
just as an intro. Yeah, that would work.
get right in.
Or the beginning of the song. I don't know, whatever you want to do.
We'll right into it because there's those things before the solo too.
Okay. Coming a day, passing through, shaking the sound, and I'm lost in the ground. It's a crime, it's a shame. Nobody left to blame. I hate the beginning of a record. I hate that, oh God, it's like the orientation of the beginning, and okay, what do we do? How do we set up? And that's over. That went by so fast. Now all of a sudden 12 songs are in the can, and there's more to come, And, I always think things are going to be so painful. I don't know what that is, but my paranoid side, my worry, But it came together real smooth, really easy, and everybody got their say on this record. I don't know exactly who wrote what, and they don't know, we got songs that we all gave it to Kevin Shirley, and he basically put it into a hat and just pulled it out and go, okay, we're going to do this one. And, I'm looking around the room to see which one of those guys wrote that, or they're looking at, did Eric write that one? And that's why it's also been really cool and not so stressful and this is my song and I really want this to work, and it's not the way it is. It's every song has gotten the Midas touch, Nobody left to blame. Really love being in the band again. After years go by, I had a little bit of an animosity, with the band and management and all that years ago, where get back together, breaking up, get back together. It was kind of crazy times. But in a way, it made me realize what incredible musicians that are playing on this record, and incredible musicians that I missed, I maybe didn't show it back in the day, but I've always respected Billy Sheehan, Pat Torpey, and Paul Gilbert for their playing, and plus as people, they're really nice guys. I just didn't see it, you know.
Isn't that the guitar made of the poisonous wood?
It is kind of. Once it's finished, once it has the finish on it, it's okay.
But
if
without
you-
the finish, it's poisonous.
But
right?
while you're working on it, when you're doing the sanding and stuff, the sawdust, if you breathe it, is pretty bad for you, I think.
So it's like the fugu of guitar
It's
bodies.
the fugu of guitar bodies, yes.
Okay. The music is real, current, honest right now, and we're all really, really pleased with it. And also, one thing I'd like to mention, we do keep our fans in mind a lot when we're writing and we're putting stuff together. We're still artists. We got to be true to our art and create our art, but we keep them in mind, and they're of supreme importance to us. I know Eric, Pat, and Paul feel the exact same way. So we do keep them in mind. So our friends in Japan, our friends in Indonesia, our American brothers and sisters, England, Australia, New Zealand, every place you can imagine, France, Italy, Scandinavia, Russia, you name it. We get a lot of email from people, and it does affect us, and it does make us conscientious of the desire to really make a great record for them, and really, I'd like to really please them. I really like them to be happy with it.
It's like reliving this dream that I had. I mean, I've been dreaming about doing what I do since I was about 8 years old. And I'm one of the lucky ones that got to fulfill some of these dreams. So it's, it sounds kind of, it may sound kind of corny and all that stuff, but there's so many people that tried to do this and didn't achieve it. And I just feel so fortunate and lucky, and thanks to all the fans, of course. I mean, couldn't have done it without you, and we're pledged to be better than ever, and hopefully we'll see you.
I can't remember the To Be With You song. It was so good at the beginning, but I screwed up the end. Here we go.
You know, I like to equate it to, if that's the right word, I like to compare it to the first album where we were just getting to know each other in a rehearsal studio, and then I think we cut our first album like in about 8 or 9 days, and we didn't really know each other's personality, and that's, in a way, it's like this is chapter 2. You know, it's been so many years, and we've had so many records, Paul Gilbert was there, Richie Kotzen was there in one side, too. And we did a bunch of albums, and a bunch of years went by, and now I look at it like, this is like the start of a new, beautiful friendship.